Welcome back to AM Northwest. You know, vintage boxes come in all shapes and sizes, and when it comes to collections, at least they can be useful. Here to tell us what to look for in an old box, we welcome back antique appraiser Gary Germer. Great to see you, Gary.
Thank you back.
I love this whole series here.
Isn't that fun?
They're really fun because back in the day, they really made boxes very useful.
Right. This is just mostly European and mostly, older ones you don't see a lot, so I love doing the show and tell. But yeah, they have all different purposes.
I love it. Let's start with this one over here.
This one down here. This one is currently one of my favorite things in our store. It's Flemish.
Okay.
It dates to about late 1600s. Opens up and it has these lovely drawers with little, as I can do it backwards. Well, take my word for it, they pull out.
They pull out. I think that's so
and
cool.
all like that. And to find one in this kind of condition that's that old is really a hard thing, obviously, to do.
And how old did you say it was?
It's late early 1700s.
Wow.
And so, as I like to say, the family got their money's worth out of that one when they bought it. It's all
kidding.
Kingwood and ebony that's put in there, and then little ivory handles that are on the drawers themselves.
Right.
So this would be in a very wealthy person's home. They'd put their jewelry perhaps in it, little valuables and stuff like that.
And then the little boxes that you have a number of the little boxes.
They have these little boxes like this. These are made with, these are European, and they're made with out of wood, but also tortoise shell, and then it has silver on it, and it's for snuff. They used to do the Chinese people had the little snuff bottles that they did. The Europeans would carry their snuff and snort it. And the idea of sneezing was very socially accepted back in the day.
Oh, I see.
So,
how much does something like one of those cost, or if you have one, would it be worth?
If you found one in the tortoise shell or the time period, they can range anywhere from a couple $100 up to $1,000. These here are probably in the $400 range.
Okay. Tell me about the two pieces in front.
The two pieces in front are American, and they are store displays. The one on the bottom is a box that has drawers, and they would sell spools of thread out of it. So it's like Coates and Clark spools of thread come. And they would come in different sizes depending, but this is a little 2-drawer, and they're really practical to have in the home. They're a neat decorator item. Yeah. They're these drawers that you can, put whatever in.
Use whatever, yeah.
On top is a large tea. This would have been in a store, and it was for tea, bulk tea. So you would buy your tea, and then you would have these boxes at home that would have little tea caddies in them.
Oh my gosh!
And so they
open
up.
You have to see this. Look at that.
And this one's missing its bowl. It would have had a glass or ceramic bowl in there.
But this has.
And you could do your own special blend. You might have oolong on one side and a green tea on the other, and you'd mix it or whatever you wanted for your own tea. But you would go to the tea merchant and buy your tea, and then at the table you would make up your tea and then have the whole tea service.
Is that great?
So that's what all of these are. They all have different kinds of linings in them. This has a little tin lining. And then this isn't my favorite one. I love this one. It looks like a little dresser, but it opens up, and it would have had tea in it as well.
What I think is, when it comes to collecting antiques, like something like this, these would be so much fun for me because I love using something for a different purpose than it was intended.
Sure.
And it could just be in something like this. You're keeping your favorite jewelry, as you mentioned.
Absolutely.
That kind of thing, because it's stunning. It's just stunning.
And they're just works of art. Every one of them is just a work of art.
Absolutely right.
Just a display or something like that is really
Oh
fun.
My gosh, gorgeous. But I love this old. You can still store your tea in it.
You could.
today.
There's no reason you couldn't mix your own special blend of your own.
Tell me about this one.
This is probably, you may have remembered this from your early years as a geisha. Isn't that how you normally started?
Yeah.
This is.
I was famous back in the day. My geisha ways.
This is a Chinese makeup for doing your makeup.
This is the best. This is the best.
You got your mirror and you got your little.
Look at that.
All the little compartments that you'd have your little makeup and things like that in. So you could do your face.
See, you could still use that for makeup today.
You still could.
If you had that. That's incredible. What would something like this be worth now?
It's one in like this one that it's in good condition. It dates to probably the early to mid 19th century.
Okay.
About $500 to $700.
Oh,
about what
I love that so much. That is beautiful. Yes. And gorgeous.
The one you have your hand on here, I'll move this tea box out of the way so we can see it better. It's Japanese. And it's a calligrapher's cabinet. And you would have your brushes and all your little stuff, your waxes for the seals, and so you had all the things you needed, and it was all contained in one little box. I don't think this was used much, but it really,
because it's all neat and clean.
Yeah.
And if you actually used it, it would have ink all over the place.
Right, but the Japanese, the grain of wood that these are made from.
Yeah. Oops.
And oops, here, let me drop the drawers on that.
Yeah.
So it's what they call the Meiji period, which is the late 1900s.
Okay, we wanted to see the drawers.
Yeah, there you
Let's
go.
pull
Thank
those
you.
out. Yeah.
And it looks like you've seen the larger Tansu chests that are like this. They had them all the same idea that would be square in all the drawers and stuff like that.
Right.
But this would be for the calligrapher.
And as you mentioned, the wood grain is incredible.
They're the masters of taking the most subtle things and making it the issue.
It's stunning, stunning, stunning. Okay, this one.
This is another great piece. This is a traveling desk. So what you do is you lift the top up. Don't want to hide you, sorry.
No, it's all right.
Drop the front down, and you've got your file box here for your papers. You can change the day and date here with little knobs up here. Your pen would rest here. And of course, you got your ink wells, and then a little drawer for your stamps or whatever you needed. So you have a whole desk.
Is so great.
You can sit at the table and pull out your desk, and you got, or if you had to travel, if you're a businessman, you could take your whole desk with you.
Wow, I
Isn't that
love
fun?
it. Is and it's beautiful. That's the other thing. It's just beautiful. Okay.
And then
these two pieces.
And these two pieces at the end here look like little chests of drawers, and that's what they are. These were made by cabinet makers. They're about the Revolutionary War period, late 1700s. And you would, if you had the means, you'd have your furniture made, and they'd make you a actual miniature cabinet that's built just like the big ones. And again, it would sit on top of your cabinet for your small precious things, jewelry,
or ties or something like that.
Yeah, whatever you put in there.
I just love, Gary, these are so wonderful.
They're fun.
Thank
They're
you
just
so
great
much.
decorative
Yeah,
pieces.
they are. They're wonderful. All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away. These are gorgeous.